Hey, everybody. Happy Friday Night Live. I'm so excited to be here with you. It has been a very, very long, laundered day. So, tonight we are going to have a little bit of a chat. We are going to talk about this new Robinhood lawsuit. We're going to see if any new documents in cases we are looking at drop this evening while we're on stream. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. And we're going to have a little bit of a Q&A and just connect after kind of a crazy week. So that's the plan for this evening. And then we will wrap up with our court of public opinion for this week. And then we will rule on that on Tuesday. So we just need to get into it. If you are watching on the replay, there will be links down below to when we get to different topics. So go ahead and just hit those links. You don't need to tell me my streams are long. I know it, boo. They are. We love it. We're here. We're going to just get into it. Let's roll. Hi there. If we haven't met yet, I'm Emily D. Baker. I'm the badass lawyer, host. Uh-oh, I did things wrong. What happened? Hi there. If we haven't met yet, I'm Emily D. Baker. I'm the badass lawyer, host of The Emily Show podcast, and I am a legal commentator breaking down the legal shit behind the news and pop culture stories that we all want to talk about. I have been a licensed attorney for over 15 years, but this is not legal advice. I am a big fan of the cursey words, so headphones are recommended. This is where the law nerds unite with facts, not fuckery. All right, hype time. We're just going to get into saying hello, and then we're going to talk about the Robinhood case a little bit. And we're going to do some housekeeping. We didn't even get to do much housekeeping on Tuesday, so we're going to do some housekeeping too. First of all, I'm going to share something that I posted on the Twitters, because we have a full FFS system here, and we are going to talk about the FFS system. Sammy Johnson, thank you. It was a sassy pony kind of a day, and my hair was curlier earlier. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Like we've got like the edges aren't even like we're just what we are today. But thank you. It's been a long day. I streamed twice today. On other channels, I was on Sherelle's World talking about the Katie Joy Without a Crystal Ball, Toddy Westbrook defamation case saga. And then before that, I was on Up and Adam talking about Housewives, which was so much fun. Both were a lot of fun. And when people ask me to go on their channels, I am always open to having a conversation, bringing the facts, not fuckery, around the internet, talking about what's going on in these cases, and especially after the declarations in the Toddy Westbrook defamation case that dropped on Tuesday. It's always a good time to have a conversation just about cyber harassment, cyber bullying, and things like that. So that's really what today was about, particularly with regard to Sherelle's World. That's what our conversation centered around. And then with Up and Adam, it was all about Girardi, which was so much fun. I love getting to connect with other creators. I always try to really help answer the legal side of stuff. So that's absolutely what I'm here for, as a resource up on the YouTubes. So you guys have seen me all day long, but it's been fun. And I really do try to be a resource of the facts on the YouTubes and to have fun conversations. So let's see. Just Jen said, I texted my son today saying I got 12 followers on the Twitters. I'm famous. He didn't think so. Just Jen, I think you're famous on the Twitters. So hello. And you're famous up on this stream. So there you go. I appreciate that. Michelle said, loved you on Up and Adam. Where did you get your glasses from? Love the frames. These are old Tiffany frames, and I got them because they are blue on the inside and they're lots of fun. And I think they're meant to be sunglasses originally, but since I wear Erlen tinted lenses anyway, I was like, it's fine. We're just going with it. So yeah, Up and Adam was a lot of fun today. The thing about streaming with Up and Adam, like since there's 2,200 of us here and we're all friends, here's the thing. It's intimidating. Like his skin is flawless. And I'm just like, I am old. He is very, very, it's flawless. flawless. And then Sherelle brings all of the shoulders and the beautiful bell sleeves. And I'm like, hey, I've been reading thousands of pages of legal documents all week and I'm really tired, but y'all look so lovely. So it was fun. It was really fun. So I answered that. I'm going to try to get to super chats before we jump into everything. So thank you. The Kick-Ass Coffee Bean. That is such a fantastic handle. This is my first time being on for a live. Yay! Always 20 to 30 minutes late. It's okay. That's about when I get rolling anyway. Figured I'd finally send a super chat for the occasion. Well, cheers. Tonight, I am drinking sparkling rosé kombucha. Straight up booch from, I think it's Health Aid. It's one of my favorites, so I love it. Uh-oh. Jimmy said, hi, Emily. So happy to make a live. I dropped my phone in the toilet, so I'm on my husband's phone. It's been that kind of a week, but I'm here to support. I can only imagine. I have had that happen to me. Like back in the day when we still had pagers, I worked at the Democratic National Convention when it was in LA. It was part of a college course, and I ended up working with the Secret Service really closely during that convention to do like behind the scenes security as kind of like an intern, but also to work with the advance team. And so if you are familiar with politics, advance teams will go out and get conventions ready, liaise locally, get everything ready. So they are the team that's on the ground before things come in, like, you know, the setting up the concert before it happens. And at that time, I was still very much intending to work in politics specifically. That was before I went and worked in Washington, D.C. for a summer. So I got to do all of the behind the scenes stuff with the advanced team. I worked crazy hours. It was so much fun. Got to meet a lot of people, got to learn quite a lot very quickly. But I was living for my pager because I was working with the advanced team, and I would keep my pager clipped to the back of my pants. And you can imagine. I lost 3 pagers in like a week because I kept I kept leaving it clipped to my pants as I would go to the bathroom, and it would fall right into the toilet back in the day. And I would be like, I've lost another pager. And this is pre-cell phone. Like I was living off of my pager with the advanced team in the Staples Center, but I got to know all the tunnels at the Staples Center. It was a very, very cool experience. So yay, it was a lot of fun. I'm going to try to get to a few more questions before we jump in, because that's what Friday Night Live is for. I started Friday Night Live during the pandemic. Pronounce words, Emily. During the pandemic, to have a chat with all of us, just to sit down. And it literally started on the Facebooks with like 12 people, and then 60 people, and then 100 people. And some nights, you know, on Tuesday, we were over 8,000 people on stream. So Friday Night Live just started as a way to connect and a way to have a chat after just a long day. Kristen, hello. I got my nails done today. The woman is very patient with me and my desire for like different nails every week. So they're ombre. My son's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, look, the colors go like dark to light or light to dark. And he's like, they're different on every finger. I'm like, yes, they're different on every finger. I enjoy them very much. They make me happy. So thank you. I love them too. Sarah, are we going to talk about KJ's case? Wasn't something filed today? Sarah, nothing's been filed yet. If it is filed while we're on stream, we'll cover it. If it's not, then we won't. We're getting closer to purple hair. We're at 81,000.9. So if you're here and you want to see the counter flip over on stream and you're not subscribed yet, now would be a perfect time. And I know some of you are not subscribed. So just go ahead and do it. You're gonna be here. You're gonna love it. Just go ahead and subscribe. And if you think you're subscribed, double check, because YouTube sometimes does that. Miss Elf herself says, usually sleeping during the live. So happy to make one. Welcome. Glad to have you. Thank you. My dear friend NJ was saying I'm drinking water tonight because I'm old. Look, I've got water. I've got booch with no booze because I'm also old. Hello, Jen Gerard. I see the chat saying hi. It's good to see you. I'm going to try to get to a few more super chats and then we'll dive in. I was going to show you something on Twitter. We were housekeeping and then I got distracted. That's going to happen all night tonight. Should be filming a lipstick video. Am here instead. Well, I feel that. I have been needing to sit down and film videos. NJ's been like, are we filming? 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 So there are videos I am behind on filming as well. So I feel you. The struggle is real. It happens. Vaughn said, that's why you clip it to the front pocket. See, okay. Some of my priorities working with the advanced team were looking cute. So a lot of decisions were made regarding looking cute. And so I didn't have pants that had pockets because not all ladies' pants have pockets. In fact, a shocking amount of ladies' pants don't have pockets. And so I was wearing like slack pants and not all of my pants had pockets. But also, like, this is more than any of you need to know about me, but also front pockets and pants when you have booty and hips like stick out weird. So a lot of times I would leave those sewed shut on my pants. So I didn't have pockets. So they got clipped onto the back. So yes, the struggle was real. The struggle was real with the pagers back in the day. Thank you, Amy. This is a Target. It was Target and I love it. And it's cold in my office this evening. So I absolutely wanted long sleeves tonight. Glitter Girl, thank you. Just wanted to give some support back for Court of Public Opinion. Perfect. And for those of you on the replay, we will see it. Hello, friend. It's good to see you. Easy, what's up? Glad to see you in the chat. Easy is one of the OG YouTube homies from tech coverage from Wine Wednesday and has always been one of the most welcoming creators, not to mention has amazing tech content, all of the tech content. Some of the funerals are kind of my favorite, but all of the tech content. So thank you, Easy. It's good to see you this evening. I am going to try to get to a few more of these. I can't promise I will get to all of them. Can we cover the Bezos defamation case? At some point we will, for sure. We also have to circle back with the Johnny Depp defamation case in the US. Always late to the party. Facts are missing on social media. I try to bring the facts. I try to, for sure. Absolutely. You do it. Good to see you. I am so glad Miss You Do It loves nails in different colors. It's fun. And next round, they're going to be like reds and pinks, I think. I love it. We got that. Welcome, Jen. Hello, Lori. Thank you so much. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. We are not at a DEF CON tonight. We are just having a mellow stream. Hopefully no fuckery pops off and we don't have to do it. I am going to address the new minute order, Tamara, for sure. So let's just hop on in. I know we're having a mellow night. We're having a mellow night. So we have to hop in and talk about our new FFS system. That's what I meant to talk about first. And then I got distracted playing with y'all because that's what happens on a live stream. It's why we stream. I enjoy streaming. I like streaming. I like talking to you guys. So FFS, this is our full fuckery system. Wait, go make it big. This is our full fuckery system, the FFS. And I picked FFS because it also stands for fuck's sake. And that makes me laugh. So the FFS system, green is our mild fuckery system. And these are the emojis that I felt like were appropriate for the sentiment. So green is our mild fuckery advisory. Yellow is our fuckery advisory. Orange is fuckery afoot, like we see it coming. And then red is our DEFCON what the fuckery. If we need to have a, threat level midnight fuckery, we will absolutely go with the I can't coordinate the lights to threat level midnight, but if need be, I will. So if you guys follow me on Twitter, this is pinned for now. It will come down because we're going to pin the Court of Public Opinion later for a poll, but this is our working full fuckery system. I put it up to the law nerds to decide if we were going with a number system or if we were going with a color coordinated system. So we are going with a color coordinated system. I love this idea because we can color coordinate the lights. We are not on the advisory. We are not on watch. We're not on watch. We're good. Purple might have to be our threat level midnight muggle. I think it might be, but we're not in threat level midnight tonight at all. So FFS. So authentic. I did not know that it means facial feminization surgery to the trans community. I was not aware. Thank you. I was not aware. So let's go ahead. What else? There was something else I wanted to talk about before I moved on from this. Oh, update in the Swanson. We're going to do case update in the Swanson case. I will do a overview of the minute order in the defamation case, since we're talking about Tati. Then we will talk about Robinhood and what the fuck is happening with like GameStop stock. It is not financial advice. I am not a financial professional. There is a class action lawsuit that was filed. We're going to go through it real quick, and then we're just going to answer questions in chat, because that's what we're doing. And then court of public opinion. So the update in the Swanson defamation case I posted on Twitter as well. This was not me coming in here and plugging my Twitter. I mean, there's like 14,000 of you that follow me on Twitter. Like that feels fun up on the Twitters. I don't always get and understand the Twitters, but I try. So I'm trying to make this the right size. Emily, we're trying to make it the right size. All right. This is the minute order from January 13th. Like, it's been so long, we haven't had a chance to circle back. This is the latest minute order from Judge Carlin in the Santa Monica courthouse. Nature of proceedings. Non-appearance case review regarding specifically appearing defendant's notice of motion and motion to dismiss or stay the action for form nonconvenience. Hearing on motion to dismiss or stay is scheduled for September 21st, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. in Department N of the Santa Monica Courthouse. So let's talk about the Swanson case real quick. In case you have forgotten, Tati Westbrook, James Westbrook, and Halo and other stuff are being sued by their business partner, Clark Swanson. Clark Swanson suing for himself on behalf of the corporation. This is the original, the OG lawsuit. This is a lawsuit because of the defendant's greed. That one, the one that started it all off, the one that talked about vitamins and all the things. That lawsuit, I know, it's still happening, sort of. Tati was sued by business partner. The attorneys showed up and said, "Hi, we're specifically appearing to tell you, court in Los Angeles, that we don't think you have jurisdiction over us here in LA. We're dealing with Las Vegas residents and Nevada residents, and it's a Nevada company, and Nevada law has to apply. So really, we should be in Nevada. Nevada, we should be there. We don't want to be in LA. So we have a jurisdiction, a motion to dismiss or stay because of jurisdiction in the business partner case, saying we can't be up in LA. We need to go to Nevada and have this heard there because we're applying Nevada law, Nevada company. Swanson lives in Nevada, all the things." So the judge was like, cool. Your next available appointment is in September. See you then. Bye. So that case won't be heard until September. So there should be briefing in between there. The parties might choose to go to mediation if they can. They might just file a reply because now there's a motion to dismiss. There's an opportunity for the other side to oppose the motion to dismiss. That hasn't been filed yet. That's not going to be due until the end of summer. So the Swanson case, people have been asking for an update. What's going on with the Swanson case? Nothing's going on with the Swanson case. It will be back in court in September. So that's when it will be back. Let me sweep. I see a few questions regarding this. I'm going to sweep it and then we'll go back. Yes, we're going to get into today's minute order for sure. I'm going to see if there's any questions. Also, if there are any questions, if you guys put questions, the mods tell you all the things. If you put questions, it is so helpful for me. Emily, will you be partaking in the hearing on Monday? There is a hearing on Tuesday. It is my belief at this point that the court is going to air that call for all, but if not, then I will attend and report back. So that hearing on Tuesday, by the way, I will get to the minute order in a second. The hearing for Tuesday is a the hearing with regard to the defense motion for a status conference regarding all of the stuff that has been popping off on social media. So it's regarding that, though the court could totally come in and be like, I'm also ruling on jurisdiction. Like that could happen. So that hearing is set for Tuesday. I will pull up that minute order in just a minute. I want to see if you guys have any questions about the Swanson stuff. So let me see. Questions. Where did I get the top? Target. Like generally Target. The default answer is probably Target. Rotten Ralph said, I'm in love with the GameStop shenanigans. I am too. And we're going to get into that. Jessica, I'm going to break it down. We're going to get into it in just a minute. We're going to sweep some of these quick topics and get into it. So Miranda, I have an elementary school student. So yes, I feel like this is like a clip system where we're moving the clips up and down. And you guys have voted for Purple is Midnight. I appreciate it. Welcome to the channel, Miss Elf herself. I'm going to look and see. You guys are September? Yes. September. Hello, Uncivil. September. Question. Are you airing? It's my understanding that the court's going to air it. I will not be airing it. You would have to have permission from the court to air it. I'm not going to ask permission for the court to rebroadcast it if the court's going to broadcast it, but I will talk about it for sure. We will get there. Phil DeFranco went off on them today. There is a class action. I saw Phil DeFranco's coverage today. I really enjoy Phil DeFranco as a creator, so I understand why he feels the way he feels. I'm going to touch on that for sure. So everybody's like, that's so far away. Yes, September is so far away on the Swanson case. You guys have to understand with regard to the Swanson case, and everybody's like, oh, the Swanson case still exists. Yes. With regard to the Swanson case, that is not uncommon. The Los Angeles Superior Court system has been absolutely slammed because of COVID, more so than some other courts because of the extensive lockdowns in Los Angeles County. So every time Los Angeles County locked down, the Superior Courts locked down too. So there are so many cases backed up within the system. The federal system is getting along a little bit better than the state court system, but the LA County Superior Courts are tremendously backlogged and there just aren't hearing dates. Also, that's not uncommon. I did practice briefly civil in Los Angeles County where I was on frequent court hearings and the court would be like, okay, next date 10 months from now. And you're like, great. Fantastic. So it's not uncommon. It has gotten worse because of COVID. This is going on in the criminal justice system in Los Angeles County too, and other counties all around. This also gives the parties the opportunity, if they want to try to get into mediation or arbitration faster, they can. There was a posting on the Overheard Courthouse Instagram in one of the Los Angeles Superior Courts where I used to work. That had the attorneys arguing with the judge over court call. And when you get on court call, oftentimes they're not Zooms. There's Zooms more now, but oftentimes court call before the pandemic was literally just a call-in conference line. And so if your case got called last, you would have to sit through all of the other cases on the phone and listen to what was going on. So on this call, the judge was like, okay, the next court date is this. And the attorneys were arguing. The court's like, what do you want me to do? Send you guys outside to duel? Like, I can't. There's nothing we can do. Do you want to go duel? And I see the frustration with the judges within the system, and it just is what it is. So September, that's not uncommon. And I think it might allow time for them to have settlement talks. I mean, really, it might not be the worst thing ever. So let me try to get to a few super chats and say hello. Welcome, Kelly. I think I answered that. Is it normal for a date to be so far ahead? Yes, it's normal. Yes, it's worse because of COVID. So, Bethany, hello to your 3-year-old who keeps saying hi. Hi. Hubby works IT for the County courthouses. That I imagine would be a very, very, very busy thing. Treat Trooper, this is on my list. I am going to be making summary videos of all of them shortly. So yes, it's on my list. It is on my list. It is on my list. Let me see if there's any other questions regarding the Swanson case. Happy birthday to your sister. See, you're not going to forget the date. You're going to be like, oh, it's the hearing date for the Swanson case. That can change, by the way. That court date can change. The September date is for jurisdiction on the Swanson case. Yes. I don't even want to go into law, but I love watching you in Legal Eagle. I prefer studying criminal justice theories, not boring law. Little kitty cat, that's absolutely, totally fair. So I get it. Thank you for the super sticker. All right. I appreciate the Hamilton reference, Diva. I love that about you so much. All right, let's get into this minute order and then talk about Robinhood, the little guy that's maybe screwing the little guy. I'm fascinated to hear what you all think, but we'll break it down and then we'll talk about it. So let's just pull up Pacer, our friend. Hello, Pacer. Hello, Pacer, my old friend. Oh God, Emily, not the singing, not the singing. I do not sing. But I also am my mom and my mother. Hi, Mom. I'm sure you're watching on Facebook. You can come subscribe over on the YouTubes. We're almost at like 82,000. We might hit it on stream. If you guys aren't subbed, go ahead and sub. But my mom does this. When there is a song lyric, she will also break out in song. As a kid, I was always like, oh my God, Mom, really? And now I just do it to my children. I feel like that's parody. Like that's fair. All right. This is the minute order that we are getting into. The court received plaintiff's proposed alternative to filing records under seal. Oh, we should do a road so far real quick. It's going to be very quick. Very quick. This minute order is regarding the defense request. The defense in this case is KJ. We've switched topics. Defamation case. The defense filed a request to file a document under seal. The court said, hey, plaintiff, if you have shit to say about this, please just say that shit now, and then I will let you know what I'm doing. That seems to be regarding particular and sensitive mental health information. We've covered those two filings. So this is regarding the motion to file more shit under seal. That's what this particular minute order is about. The court has received plaintiffs' proposed alternative to filing records under seal, in which plaintiffs express concern that, quote, should defense counsel file a motion under seal, motion to seal said documents and fail to meet the high burden imposed by the local rules as to the sealing of the documents, the contents of said documents containing such private information about a third-party witness would automatically become public. Plaintiffs suggest an alternative to an in-camera review. So, hey, judge, you can review it in chambers of the material that both parties agree should not be made public. The court declines to review unfiled material in camera. Totally fair of the court saying, you haven't filed this yet, so if it's not filed, I don't want to look at it because that shit's not relevant to me. Finding that plaintiffs' concerns can be addressed by the filing of a joint motion to seal that includes a stipulation that in the event the material not meet the criteria for sealing under local rule 5G, the documents be withdrawn rather than publicly filed. So what the court is saying is, hey, there's another way to handle this. And the way to handle it is y'all agree that you file it under seal. And then if the court says that this doesn't meet the burden for sealing, the document's automatically withdrawn, meaning it is not part of the public record. It's not submitted to the court. So that is absolutely what the court, how the court wants to handle it. That shouldn't be hard for the attorneys to come up with, because it's not that complicated to be like, okay, well, we agree. We file it. If it doesn't go under seal, then it gets withdrawn. We'll see if they put a stipulation on the record. I don't imagine they would be doing that today because defense has an opportunity to choose to reply to the plaintiff's response to that motion for a status conference. So let's figure this. When the court denies a motion to seal, the clerk will unseal the document unless one, the court orders otherwise, or two, the party who is relying on the sealed document requests in the motion to seal or response that if the motion to seal is denied, the court withdraw the document from the record rather than unseal it. If the motion to seal is denied, the parties may propose alternatives to filing at that time. So, yes, that is what is happening. Is there a different judge on the case now? No. At the very beginning of this case, Bella Memory, it was assigned to a commissioner and then it was assigned to this judge. So no, this is the same judge that has been on this case since fairly early on in the beginning. And since Pacers pulled up, I can tell you when that was shifted, when it was reassigned, but it was very early on in this proceeding that it was shifted to this judge. It was, this was filed October 30th. And the judge was assigned on November 12th. So this has been the same judge all the way along. And then if anything pops up on Pacer, we will get back to it. So let me sweep any questions with regard to that and we will move on. We'll move on to the Robinhood stuff. I saw some questions, so I'm going to go to those and then we'll move on. Thank you, mods. Can you guys all just give some love to the mods? They are just holding it down. It has been a lot of streaming this week, and they just have been keeping our chat. Look, here's the thing. For those of you who are newer or new here, we really do moderate our chat to make sure that when people come in based on the topics, they come in as law nerds. They come in with compassionate conversation. That means we don't shame, we don't name call, we are accepting, we do not judge, we do not pass judgment. We do not speculate about people. We speculate about events and things, and it could go this way, it could go that way, but not mental health and things like that. So we really do make sure that this is a friendly and welcoming place on the internet, and the mods help set the pace for that and make sure that it stays within that facts not fuckery, compassionate conversation space. And it is a lot of work when our streams top 8,000 people to make sure that those coming in because they're interested in a particular topic also don't change the culture of our law nerds community. So, when we trigger warning things because we're compassionate that audience members have experiences with trauma, and not just listening to a live stream and having that peaked or triggered for you is important to me. Making sure that when we talk about people and what they're doing in these lawsuits, that we have compassion and understanding to what's going on and the circumstances surrounding that, acknowledging how stressful these things are, regardless of what goes on in the rest of the internet and in the Twitter sphere. And that is absolutely how we try to keep it here. So back to the singing. My mother did that too, and I've become my mother. I mean, don't we all? I've become my mother. We look alike in pictures very much more now as I'm getting older. So Ivy, but your singing is awesome. My singing is not awesome. My singing is ridiculous, but we love it. Sinister Moon, thank you. We stand the singing. All right, I'm here for it. Thank you guys. Let's keep going. Thank you for the support of the singing. Gigi Dodson, my kids are 37 and 41. My grandkids are all teens, 18, 17, 16, 15. That's very fun. And you get to embarrass generations of people if you choose to, which I love. So I'm going to see if there's any more questions. Snow White. I love Snow White. Do you think these accounts harassing KJ's enemies may be kids from her neighborhood? I have no idea. Just a random idea that I could see that. I don't know. Until we know, we don't know. So we don't know. And with those accounts, we just don't know what's behind it. And sometimes it's where there's smoke, there's fire, but we don't know those accounts. The accounts that are doing this harassment on Twitter keep popping up and popping down. So knowing who's at the keyboard is going to take investigation. So that's absolutely going to happen. Um, my dad used to break out in song in the grocery store. It was so embarrassing. Yeah, I feel like as a parent, you get to a point where you're like, oh, I have the opportunity and the distinct pleasure to embarrass my children. And sometimes it happens. Jennifer sums it up perfectly. Circle of life, being embarrassed by your parents and then embarrassing your kids. Exactly. It is the circle of life. It's the no, 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 no. It's the circle. No, 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 not the singing. Terex, yes. Oh God, not the singing. That's exactly what it is. Looking at jobs in California, and they require you to take some form of exit exam if you've been practicing for many years, is a choice. I'm looking for jobs in California, and that they require you to take some form of a exam even if you've been practicing for many years is a choice. Coming up, Daisy, I'm not quite sure what it's referring to, but okay. Yes, California does a lot of things. I love that you guys are voting on what people are having for dinner. That's fantastic. Let me see other questions, and then we're going to move on. Just because that's what Friday Night Live is for. It's for absolutely chatting with y'all. Could you do a quick breakdown and tell us how all of this is looking for KJ according to what has been going on so far? Good, bad. So Lisa, we're not to the heart of the lawsuit yet. Like we're not to the defamation stuff yet. So we're really at the jurisdiction stuff. For me, the court has been quite involved. The court is inclined to take this status conference, which means for me, it feels like the court is more inclined to address this jurisdiction issue soon. Because if the court was not inclined to take jurisdiction in this case, Emily's monuments to the gods of speculation, would the court be holding this status conference? I mean, perhaps the court would say, yes, this is such an important issue, it needs to come up. Or the court could just pull them into status conference and be like, I'm not granting you all jurisdiction. Go deal with this in Minnesota. But with regard to the jurisdiction issue, which is the only thing we can really speculate on at the moment, because we haven't gotten into the defamation in any tangible way really at all, is the court's activity and the amount of minute orders that have been ordered in this case so far an indication that the judge is already kind of involved in this case? Maybe. So we'll see. No, it should be publicly accessible. And if so, the court will put it on their website. And if and when that is made available, I will tweet it. I will share it here. I'm sure others will share it as well so that you guys can access it. And then we'll just break it down afterwards too. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Are you guys ready to move on? I'm ready to move on. Jesus, I'm ready to move on. Good Lord, I'm ready to move on. I'm ready. There's one more question. I just caught my eye and then it moved over. Question: as a lawyer, what's your favorite type of work? Criminal, litigation, business, prosecution, defense, research? It's so different. It's just so different. All of them. I love the consulting work I do. I loved working with entrepreneurs, but I also loved being a DA. I loved working with victims of crime. I loved being in trial and standing up and arguing to a jury. There's nothing quite playing Division I sports was kind of what it was like being in trial. And I think that's why a lot of athletes are drawn to trial work. And in civil, if you take like a civil track in a career, then getting into trial takes quite a long time. If you take the criminal track into work, getting into trial takes days. They're like, oh, hey, you don't look exhausted. We have a trial for you. Have fun. So there were different aspects that I loved to all of it. I also love doing this. I love content creation. I love legal commentary. I love breaking it down for you guys. So I don't know if I have a favorite. I think I have favorite things about each thing that I've done. Working as a consultant with entrepreneurs, I loved getting to know different business owners, what they were passionate about, and seeing how they were bringing that to life and what they were doing it for, what they were creating change in their communities or the world for. And I just loved that. In criminal, I loved knowing the things. Like when you work in criminal law, especially prosecution, you see the trends in crime. You get to know a lot of the police in your area. You get to kind of be on the inside. And there's a very strong kind of team spirit, if you will. It feels like being on a sports team for sure. And you get front seats to some amazing things. Like I watched some of my colleagues in trial who are amazing trial lawyers, and you get to just sit there and be like, wow, you are a badass. I love this. You get to see fascinating cases. You get defendants who come into court with like, I smell bitches tattooed down their nose. And you're like, oh, that I didn't know you could fit that many letters across the bridge of your nose, but look at that. Bitches all right there. I smell bitches. Oh, okay. Cool. You've got people identifying people because they've got the dancing girl emojis tattooed above your eyebrow, and you're like, that's a choice. All right. I mean, criminal law gives you the stories that you don't generally see in civil, except in this defamation case with Toddy Westbrook. This case is it's something else. This case is a Netflix special TV show waiting to happen, because the stories coming out of this case already, and how much of it's documented on social media and in video, it's unlike anything I've seen. But the stories in criminal law, the stories in criminal law are good. We used to play a game in trial. I don't know. These are like trade secrets. I don't know if we should share the trade secrets. I don't know if we share the secrets. Oh, Dad, I see you in the chat. Hi, Dad. Not everyone on the YouTubes can see you, but I can see you because you're in the Facebook chat. It's good to see you and Mom. So give me one quick DA story, and then we'll move on to the Robinhood stuff. I keep saying that this is like a twinkle twinkle time wrap up to even get into the topic today. So everybody's saying hi, Dad. Thank you, American Princess. Sherlock. This is a fantastic. See, the thing with being dyslexic and ADD is when all the letters run together, sometimes it's hard for me to parse where to put the breaks. But Sherlock Ness Monster, I love, I live, I stand. Did you work with under Marcia Clark or at the LADA's office at the time of OJ? No, I was in high school at the time of OJ, so I watched it go down. However, when I was a law clerk, I worked in the I worked with target crimes. So I worked with crimes against peace officers, arson, stalking, and threat assessment. And our little office was down in the storage lockers where they also had all of the case boxes from the OJ case. Then when I became a district attorney, we had training to talk about the OJ case. And a lot of, Dad, I'm just showing you everybody saying hi. A lot of the attorneys, Marcia Clark had left the office at the time, but a lot of the attorneys that were on the OJ case came and talked to us about media cases, changing venue, evidence, FBI investigation styles, interviewing styles, and all that. So we had 2 days of training with the attorneys that were involved in the OJ case, and it was absolutely fascinating, and I loved it. So you guys were like, one story, share the story. So there was a courthouse I worked at, and no names will be mentioned except for my own, because other people still work at the DA's office. Oh, hey, I'm going to just take this all day long. Mom, Dad, Penny Rainier say I'm awesome. Thank you. We're absolutely going to take it. So let's get into the stories. When I was in more of the misdemeanor courts, this didn't always happen in the felony courts. I did not go looking for the gloves. We didn't want to go into the case boxes. Like it felt like we'd get in trouble. So we didn't go look, but they would have been in that evidence locker. All of it would have been there. We definitely talked about, and the lessons I learned from that training, you've watched me jump topics twice. The lessons I learned from the OJ training were things like, don't ask questions you don't necessarily know the answer to, because your trial can get off the rails real freaking quick. Sometimes you don't have the option. You have to just ask the follow-up questions, and you don't always have time to interview everyone that you have testifying in trial in the most thorough way. But when it comes to examples where especially the party on trial is in charge of that, it is a bad idea. Also, leather shrinks. But it is a bad idea to ask for demonstrative evidence for someone like, show me how you did this. No, no, no. But this is also something that I learned in the time I worked in Washington, because the program I was in was really for people going into working on campaigns and pre-campaigns and advanced teams and stuff like that. So we talked about political commercials. We talked about managing talent as politicians, the politician being the talent. We talked about like, hey, don't let people like just put things on their head and take them off, because then there's going to be pictures with their hair. Like, make sure the lights aren't too hot. So, the hair isn't like running down their face, Giuliani. Like, things like that we talked about. And I took that into my trial work too. There's definitely ways you don't want to ask things in a way that can go sideways. So, quick story. It circled back around. The misdemeanor court I was at was where a lot of us were doing trials back to back to back to back. And we would play trial bingo. Bingo is popular in law school. I don't know. Do they do this in med school? Other professional students, PhDs, everybody else. Tell me if you guys played bingo. Like, if anyone played bingo in an advanced program, let me know. In law school, we played law school bingo, and I went to 2 law schools because I transferred for a lot of reasons after my first year, and both schools I attended played bingo. Bingo involved either things, depending on the class, things your professor said, that one person in class that was always like, I ended up on a bingo board once. It happens. So it would have things that would happen during your day. And in law school, your first year, a lot of schools, you're with a section and you all take the same classes, and it's like junior high, and you like go to this class at this time and that class at that time, and you all move around together. And there's bingo played during school with groups of friends. Law school can be quite cliquey. Bingo is cliquey, but also funny. Law school also nicknames people. I'm sure other professional schools do too. But this kind of carried over into trial bingo, where you would make bets with other DAs. Like, I bet you can't say this phrase in trial, or I bet you can't work that phrase into it. And I think it was my 3rd trial where I pulled Spider-Man underoos as what I had to work into my closing argument. I won lunch for a week. And I didn't get like fined or held in contempt because I was able to work Spider-Man underoos into my closing argument. And it was one of those things when you work so many hours that it kept life very interesting playing closing argument bingo. Of course, as you get into felony cases and much more serious cases, trying to be silly in trial doesn't go the same way. So yeah, anyway, doesn't always go the same way. Hello, Ashley. Thank you for asking. I have not covered this yet just because I haven't kept up with it enough. I would need to look into it before I can cover it, but I am always open to suggestions. So I was in 5th grade during the OJ trial, but even the kids were all up in the case. It was one of those first big television trials from our generation that I remember. And then working on the 9th floor where Judge Ito was, it was very weird going into his courthouse after watching him on TV in high school. Or into his courtroom. It was just a surreal experience. It was just a surreal experience. So I'm going to sweep a few more questions and then move on. This is what I love about Friday Night Live. We just get to have a chat and tell stories and talk about all the things. OJ was acquitted on my birthday. There you go. We do wish you luck on your night shift. Thank you for doing the Lord's work, keeping people fed. Meow. See here. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly Super Troopers. Super Troopers is Super Troopers because it's true. I'm a public servant and we play bingo in all staff forms all the time. It is just one of those things we do. To be fair with the Spider-Man underoos, the case I was trying was against a bartender. And the bartender had served a minor who was a police decoy. And I was talking about his age and the fact that he was young. So I was able to work it in. I'm sure, yeah. Anyway, pharmacy school, no bingo. Maybe y'all need to start bingo in pharmacy school. Oh my God, I love that. Tell us how you worked the phrase into your closing argument. That was roughly it. We were talking about his age and him being young. And I was saying he was young enough to look like he should have walked into the bar in Spider-Man underoos, something of that nature, saying that the bartender should have known he was underage. Was it stupid prosecuting a bartender serving someone underage? Yes. Did the jury think it was stupid? Yes. But there were sting operations going on in that area because the bar had been habitually serving minors. And when the police use minor decoys, they look so young. Like they look so young. Like they're 21, but they look like they're 13. And that's how I worked in Spider-Man Underoos. But yes, it is basically like Super Troopers. Meow. Right. Meow. So we're going to get ready to move on. You guys, I appreciate it. The mods ask for no play-by-plays. If other stuff is going on around the internet, I appreciate you guys wanting to chat about it. It distracts me and pulls me off topic, which is why the mods are like, no, we're not doing that. I worked at the FBI. We would watch TV shows and count the number of they don't do that moments. It's, Lori, totally true. And totally the same with law-related topics. We had other games. We definitely had other games, but bingo was a fun one when you were new because it harkened back to law school. But there were other things. Third-year EDD student, no bingo. Bingo is so fun. Bingo is so fun. So, question, I've never been called for jury duty. Is this the norm? I think it depends where you live. So I think it depends on where you live. Stacy said, we do that in my firm with certain phrases to put in motions. Right? You have to keep work interesting. I want to know who got lunch for a week for working in monuments to the gods of speculation in the plaintiff's filing. It was a motley crew of gossips building monuments to the gods of speculation. Somebody deserves lunch for a week on that. In business school, bingo is the best part. I love that this is a universal experience. I love it so much. Okay, the teachers should have all of the games. All of the games. All of the games. Oh, I'm sure everyone in the medical profession has that feeling about Grey's Anatomy. What does the fox say? Uncovering Hypocrisy would like to know. What does the fox say? Ding, 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 ding. What does the fox say? Thank you guys for bringing back the What Does the Fox Say joke. I told that story. I don't even know how long ago I told the What Does the Fox Say story, but we used to play it over the speaker. Art student at Parsons and NYC, we need to start playing bingo. So much material. Yes. Ella, yes, you need to start playing bingo. It is so much fun. You make up little bingo boards. It's so much fun. Okay. Changing topics. We're almost an hour in. This is what I love about Friday Night Live as we get to chat. So I love seeing all of you guys playing different forms of bingo. It's so much fun. Alrighty. Changing topics. We need to change topics. And after this week, like the filings in the defamation case were so heavy this week, we for sure need to just talk about something else. You guys are seeing 82K on the front end. Oh, wait, in school for web dev, our game came up with new CSS color names. I love that. Peach Puff is a real color name, but Aggressive Salmon is not. I love that so much. There should be a bingo card. Y'all, law nerds, y'all can make a bingo card for sure. Helena, thank you so much. Y'all can make bingo. We can do a law nerd bingo for sure. Question, do you think Salty could have asked the YouTube lawyers to preserve analytics videos? That would generally have to come in the way of a court order because it would have to go through official channels to be done. So that would have to go through a court order. All right, let me pull up the Robinhood stuff. I got logged out of Pacer, so I'm going to log back into Pacer and then pull up the Robinhood stuff. Why is Pacer being dumb? Pacer. Don't be mean. Don't be rude. We're on live, Pacer. it just booted me right out. So we're going to pull that back up so I can keep an eye on it. And then we will move on to Robinhood. You guys, are you guys following along with it on Twitter? Let me know in the chat if you're following along with the Robinhood stuff on Twitter. I absolutely want to know if you've been following along with it. Even if you don't understand it, that's totally fine. We're going to break it down. Let me pull it up. All my stuff's in the wrong tabs. Good job, Emily. I'm fascinated by this. I saw it popping off on Twitter and I just couldn't stop watching it happen. Just couldn't stop watching it happen. So, all right. Robinhood, GameStop, all of the things. So what is Robinhood, first of all, now that we're changing topics at 55 minutes? It's for a chat. Robinhood is a trading app. Investing for everyone. You can see why they're named Robinhood, right? But also like steal from the rich, give to the poor, redistribute the wealth. Robinhood. It's an investing app, easy to sign up, no brokerage fees. You can day trade on it. And that is the point of this app. The point of the app is that anyone can invest and anyone has access to the stock market. Now, if you don't know what you're doing in the stock market, you can absolutely lose money doing it. But the point of the app is not to tell you how to spend your money. The point of the app is to give you access. Because oftentimes, if you're going to invest in the stock market, you need to have a broker or someone purchase those for you. Day trading and retail trading kind of takes it to the people. When I say that, I feel like take it to the streets. Like all of a sudden I've got flashes in my head of all of the dance-off movies from the 2000s. But we're not step up to the streets here. But that's kind of the point of the Robinhood app, is to allow people to trade without having to go through large brokerages, firms, and without having to have, thousands or tens of thousands of dollars invested. You can trade on a smaller scale. I love seeing that you guys are following this for sure. So this is what's happening. And Chelsea's like, Robinhood sells user data to hedge funds, and that's how they make money. We'll talk about hedge funds in a second for sure. Because hedge funds play into this as well. So let me move this lawsuit over. There is now a lawsuit. We're going to go through it really, really briefly, but I'm just organizing my documents. What is happening with this whole thing started a little over a week ago, and there was a financial report that indicated that the stock for GameStop, among others, was overvalued, meaning the stock was higher than it should be. The entire stock market, by the way, basically bougie gambling, right? You're not in Vegas gambling, but it's still gambling. And that's particularly true with what we're talking about now. And again, lawyer, not financial advisor, not at all. We're going to do a background and then we're going to get into this class action lawsuit. But what is happening here is gambling, essentially. The hedge funds hedge bets on whether stocks are going to go up or down. Shorting a stock means we're betting that the stock is going to go down. Well, it seems to me from everything that I've read that a subreddit group called Wall Street Bets looked at this assessment of GameStop stock, saw that the hedge funds would probably try to short the stock. Shorting the stock means taking up the stock, betting that it'll go down, and making money when the stock goes down. So it looks to me like when they saw the financial report, they knew that hedge funds were going to bet on this stock to go down. It makes sense. GameStop has had to close stores. They've not been able to reopen. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Digital downloads are much more popular at the moment, particularly because you can't go shop, all the things. So Wall Street Bets, it seems, on Reddit said, hey, but what if the stock went up? Maybe we should buy the stock and ride the stock up. Yes, the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission, is investigating whether this was artificial market manipulation. We don't have an answer on that yet. But what they did was, hey, What if the stock went up? Just like a bunch of hedge fund traders went, hey, I'm looking at this report. I bet the stock's going to go down. So Reddit said, I bet the stock's going to go up. And people started buying the stock low. And guess what? The stock went up, meaning everyone who was trying to short the stock, betting that it would go down, they were betting on black. No, red. Red would be going down. They were betting on red that it would go down. And then the stock started going black. So then they lost their money. So then it became this like virtual Occupy Wall Street pylon where everybody's just like, yeah, fuck it. Go GameStop stock. Poor GameStop's probably like, what is happening? And why is everyone playing roulette with our stock? But the day traders, the retail traders were like, oh, we're gonna trade. We're gonna watch it go up and down. We're gonna ride this stock all the way up to the top. And it went from $40 well into the 400s very quickly. So there was volatility in the trading. This was not just with the GameStop stock. This was happening with AMC stocks and others. And then Reddit started coming under scrutiny from what I saw of people going, should people be able to communicate and do this? Is this false stock manipulation? Others were like, hey, isn't that exactly what hedge funds do? So then Twitter went, a Twitter as it does all about this. People started piling on, stocks started going up. People were like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Let's go. Fuck the hedge fund. Fuck the hedge funds. Fuck it. Fuck it. They're going to lose a ton of money. Other people might lose money, but those other people have distributed the wealth and they don't have it centralized in one hedge fund. So people were like, I'll take an L if you want to take an L. I'm not saying they colluded. I'm saying this was the feeling. Like, I'm willing to take an L for a couple $1,000s for this. So it distributed the losses amongst thousands, it seems, if not more, of investors. Thousands of people going, oh, I'm willing to take an L on this one. Let's go. Let's go. Let's squeeze them. So the people who were shorting the stocks, betting on it to go down, got crunched because they were betting on it to go down and it went up. So that means they can have to buy or sell the stock up at a loss and lose money. But because they have so much of it, their losses get magnified. Where others are like, oh, I lost a couple $1,000s. Yeah, whatever. So the losses were distributed amongst the regular folk. And the hedge funds that had all of the money centralized were like, fuck, what's happening? There were people very emotional up on the news. Like, we might need more regulations. No, you wanted to gamble on this shit. You just don't like that you're getting gamed. Fuck you. So I get very, I don't know. I'm kind of here for it. Like, they got mad that they lost money. And so then the Robinhood app suspended trading on it. Like, we're not going to let you trade on our app on it. And that's where the lawsuit comes in. I'm sorry, what? You're going to what? You're going to do what now? Oh, so you're not going to let me sell my stock? You're not going to let me buy and then sell? No, that's not okay. So people sued. Of course they sued. They're like, how are you suspending trading? So that's what this kind of landscape is for this lawsuit being filed against the Robinhood app. Now, I imagine what the Robinhood app is going to say is we owe a duty to our traders to deal with the market volatility. And this is our obligation. Okay, that might be their legal argument. But what I want to see looked into is, was there pressure from the hedge funds to make Robinhood suspend trading so they would stop bleeding money? Like, did Robinhood get externally pressured to do this so that hedge funds would stop bleeding? Because if so, then that's collusion and it's bullshit and probably illegal. So they made a bad bet, the hedge funds, the Wall Streets, and people called their bet, which took market research. This didn't just accidentally happen. People knew what was happening. They understood what was happening. They saw an opportunity and they went, we're in. This was literally the best we ride at dawn that I've ever seen. And it again shows that having decentralized knowledge, because now you don't just have the people in the hedge funds talking to each other. Now you have people on Reddit being able to learn and to educate each other about stocks, about trading, and they can choose for themselves. So now we're decentralizing knowledge of how the money systems work, which is a fucking good thing. Decentralize the knowledge so everyone can play. Because here's the thing. When you decentralize the knowledge, people can start building their own wealth. And isn't there enough room for everyone? Shouldn't it be, can't we just all be rich? I mean, we should all just be able to be rich. I mean, some people are going to be more rich than others, but if some people want to play the stock market and lose their money, then they made that choice and they lost their money. Let them be responsible for that. Same with the hedge funds. I'm sorry, if you made a bad bet and you lost, you lost. I understand it can cause economic volatility, but maybe if we stopped bailing out banks all the time and bailing out the stock market, they wouldn't expect that they're going to get help. I mean, if I spend all my money, nobody's ever going to just be like, "Oh, girl, you spent all your money. I got you." No, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. And we ended up with Ted Cruz and AOC on the same side of an issue, kind of for a minute, and then she clapped back on Twitter. But they were both like, yeah. When everyone's like, "What is happening there? That's not okay." I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated to see where this goes. It made a noise. I guess we're at 82. Yay. I'm fascinated to see where this goes. I love that knowledge is becoming less centralized. Like, it's not just traders that have the knowledge and the ability to do this, because they do this. They affect the market for sure. And Reddit was like, "Fuck it, hold my beer. We got this. We got this. It's going up." I'm very interested to see what happens. I'm very interested seeing whenever you get the establishment saying, "Don't regulate us until it goes badly for us, and now we want more regulation." I have questions. Oh, you don't want to be regulated? Cool. Oh, now you lost. Now you want to be regulated. Cool. No. So we are going to get into this lawsuit and just talk about it real briefly and then go on. I have not pulled the terms and conditions for Robinhood. They are here. I'm going to put a link in the chat so you guys have them if you want to go look. They are saying that they are able to suspend trading. So I put those up for you. So you have it. We'll pull it up. Didn't Elon Musk instigate this? Didn't he choose GameStop? I don't know if he was the instigator behind it or Reddit was. It seems that Reddit hopped on it and then he shared it, and that kind of blew it out of the water into popular culture. Like, it memed. Somebody said it must be a full moon if AOC and Cruz agree on something. Yes, she didn't want to be agreed with. She was feisty on Twitter, but you can go on Twitter and see that. So the terms and conditions for Robinhood, they limited trade. It was not stopping trade. Yes, I should be clear. They limited trade. They don't have the right to stop trade. So they limited trade on that. But could that be seen as manipulating the market? Possibly. Absolutely true. Thank you for clarifying, Jessie Cat. That is what I suspected. All right. Let's pull these up real quick. We're going to pull into these, and then we're going to go to that lawsuit real fast. So we're not looking at general. We're not looking at acceptance. Limitations on liability. Neither Robinhood nor the third-party providers explicitly or implicitly endorse or approve any third-party content. The content is not intended to provide financial, tax, legal, investment advice or recommendations. Robinhood and the third-party providers will not be liable for any direct, indirect, incidental, special, consequential, or exemplary damages, including but not limited to damages for loss of profits, revenue, income, goodwill, use, data, or other intangible losses, even if Robinhood or any third-party provider has been advised of the possibility of such damages. So this could be seen as covering them for, hey, you know that this is volatile and people could lose money, but we're still going to let them do it because this should cover that, resulting from the use or inability to use the content or the service, the cost of procurement of substitute goods and services resulting from any goods, data, information, services purchased or obtained, access or alteration of your account, any other matter relating to the content and service. Not investment advice, yes. Content posted, fine. Does not prepare or edit third-party content, fine. You will not hold Robinhood or any third party liable for any way for any inaccuracy of error, delay, or omission. There's a lot of limitations on liability here. Content is provided for personal, non-commercial access and use. Fine. Let's see where they talk about whether they can suspend the service. Yes. You agree that without notice, Robinhood may terminate these terms and conditions or suspend your access to the service. See, the thing is, your access to the service means you and your account can be suspended from them, but not that they can pick and choose under this clause. They can pick and choose what they're allowing trading on. The terms and conditions will terminate immediately without notice. If you, in Robinhood's sole discretion, fail to comply with any provisions, Robinhood shall not be liable to you or a third party, may discontinue or modify the content or any portion thereof at any time. I don't think that covers the restriction on trading or suspension on trading of a particular stock. You must not do any of the following, and those are the limitations on what the user is allowed to do. Applicable policies. Let's see. You agree to be bound by these policies? Yes, naturally. By using the service, you are consenting to have your personal data transferred to and processed by Robinhood and its affiliates. That makes sense because you're using it to buy stock, so they're going to have to transmit that to the market and purchase the stock. As part of providing you that service, Robinhood may need to provide you with certain communications. So you're agreeing to those communications, fine. Revisions, fine. Applicable laws in California, fine. But it doesn't specifically say that they may restrict access to certain stocks, which is very interesting. Such content includes, no, because I think the restriction on your account could easily be read as just the restriction like, hey, you can't use our service anymore. But it doesn't go to us as a service are going to limit access to one particular stock. So let's pull up this lawsuit real quick and go through what's filed. There are spelling errors in this. There are all the things. There are all the things. All the things. All the things. All right. Nature of the action. Robinhood is an online brokerage firm. Robinhood purposefully, willfully, and knowingly, I told you there were typos, removed the stock, GME game from its trading platform in the midst of an unprecedented stock rise, thereby depriving retail investors of the ability to invest in the open market and manipulating the open market. So that is essentially what they're alleging. The parties are the people who decided to sue. The above named corporate defendants are hereby referred to collectively as Robinhood. Jurisdiction. However, Robinhood, in their terms of use, specifically says, you agree to these terms and conditions shall be governed and interpreted in accordance with the laws of the state of California without giving effect to the principles of conflicts of law. Any legal action proceeding arising under these terms and conditions shall be brought exclusively in the courts in Santa Clara County, California. I imagine the argument on this case is that, hey, this is not regarding use of the app specifically. It's regarding the app's perceived manipulation of the market by depriving access. So it should be under the laws in New York, not under the laws in California. And that's why this is filed in the District Court of New York. It's weird to me that New York doesn't always use the legally lined paper, but there are a number of cases that I've reviewed out in New York that don't do that. Somebody asked in the chat, is it typical to have this many typos? It seems that this was significantly rushed. No, it's not typical. It's not ideal. But this seems like it was like, we've got a lawsuit. So this was filed like the day that this shit went down, which is why I think there's so many typos. So jurisdiction will be argued here because the app's terms of use say you can't bring a suit outside of jurisdiction. I imagine that this class will argue, I mean, it's a class action, but there's only one person, so people will join it. But I imagine their argument will be, hey, this is regarding the manipulation of the market, not use of the app per se. So we'll see what happens with that. Factual allegations. Robinhood is an online brokerage firm. Its customers place securities trades through the firm's website, through a web-based application or app. Robinhood permits customers to purchase and sell securities, including futures. Robinhood has experienced significant growth as a relatively new online brokerage firm. And then it talks about their growth. On or about March 23rd, 2016, Robinhood's official Twitter account stated, "Let the people trade." How many fucking lawsuits are going to talk about Twitter? All of them. Let the people trade. They have since disregarded their mantra and have blocked access for millions of its customers to trade particular securities. Bad, Robinhood, bad. On or about January 11th, 2021, stocks in GameStop Corp., GME, began to rise. At that time, Robinhood allowed retail investors to trade GME on the open market. On or about January 27th, Robinhood, in order to slow the growth. See, this is where they're like, this is what we think you did. We see you, Robinhood. In order to slow the growth of GME and deprive their customers of the ability to use their service, abruptly, purposefully, willfully, and knowingly pulled GME from their app. Meanwhile, retail investors could no longer buy or even search for GME on Robinhood's app. Upon information and belief, Robinhood's actions were done purposefully and knowingly. Well, yeah, they took it off their app. Yes, purposeful and knowingful. Whether it's to manipulate the market or not is another thing. Purposefully and knowingly to manipulate the market for the benefit of people and financial institutions who are not Robinhood customers. So this is, we think, us suing Robinhood. We think you, Robinhood app defendant, did this to manipulate the market to benefit the hedge funds. Fuck you, we're suing. That's what that says to me. Since pulling the stock from their app, GME prices have gone up, depriving investors of potential gains. Fair argument. Additionally, in the event GME goes down, Robinhood has deprived its investors of shorting GME in hopes, in hopes that the price will drop. We're going to reword it for you. In sum, Robinhood has completely blocked retail investors from purchasing GME for no legitimate reason, thereby depriving retail investors from the benefits of Robinhood services. Now, some of this was reinstated, but like the defamation cases we talked about in the Johnny Depp case, Johnny Depp versus the Sun, that headline was up for under 24 hours. So even though this has since been rectified, there's still a period of time here that they are suing over. We'll continue. Additionally, in the event GME goes down, we talked about that. In sum, they completely blocked retail investors from purchasing GME for no legitimate reason. The Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, which governs brokers like Robinhood, espouses Rule 5310 regarding, quote, best execution. Rule 5310.01 requires that Robinhood, as a brokerage, quote, must make every effort to execute a marketable customer order that it receives promptly and fully. Meaning, if I want to buy the shit, you have to let me buy the shit. By failing to respond at all to customers placing timely trades and outright blocking customers from trading a security, Robinhood has breached these, among other obligations, and caused its customers substantial losses due solely to its own negligence and failure to maintain adequate infrastructure. I wonder if it was it adequate infrastructure, or was it willful and deliberate? I have questions because They're not alleging that the app crashed. They're alleging that they did this purposely. So that literally has nothing to do with infrastructure. And it seems like those two arguments are at odds with each other, but I continue. Robinhood continues to randomly pull other securities from its app for no legitimate reason. And we've seen that even today with Starbucks and others being pulled, which is odd. Upon information and belief, Robinhood is pulling securities like GME from its platform in order to slow growth and help benefit individuals and institutions, not the customers. Plaintiff's experience. On the morning of January 28th, 2021, plaintiff used his Robinhood app, searched for GME on Robinhood app, and found it was unavailable. The stock did not even appear, although GME is publicly traded, available on all other platforms. Thus, plaintiff, like so many others, lost out on earning opportunities. I feel like we're going to need a little bit more than that. Like, a lot more than that. But that's enough for an initial pleading to get you to, hey, a lawsuit's been filed. I imagine we're going to see an amended pleading. This is enough, I think, for an initial pleading, but we'll see. We're just going to RIP for Grammarly in this one. Plaintiff brings claims pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 23 on behalf of the following classes defined below. All Robinhood customers within the U.S. Everybody. I can't stop tonight. It's just going to keep happening. I'm tired. Songs are going to happen. Additionally, or in the alternative, plaintiff brings claims pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 23 on behalf of the following subclass. All Robinhood customers within the United States who were not able to execute trades on GME after Robinhood knowingly, willfully, and purposefully removed it completely from their platform. So that limits it down to, people who tried to buy the shit because they were like, what? I see the people who were like, hey, yeah, I have a few $1,000s that I'm willing to lose to fuck with hedge funds. I want to fuck with that. And then they went on to Robinhood and couldn't. And they're like, what? So that's the subclass. All right. Excluded from the class are Robinhood entities and their current employees, counsel for either party, as well as the court. This action has been brought and may properly be maintained as a class. Numerosity. The precise number of members of the class is unknown to plaintiff at this time. Like, we're going to find out how many people are affected, later. We wanted to hold our place. We wanted to file the first class action. So everyone else who might want to sue has to come into our class action. So that's kind of why that first to file becomes important. Commonality, numerous questions of law or fact are common to the claims of plaintiff and all members of the class, meaning the same shit happened to all of us. All of us weren't able to use it. It's the same with most class actions. Like, all of us got charged this fixed price for audiobooks or for ebooks or for the batteries or whatever it is. And then this goes into more why these are common areas for all the members of the class. That they violated consumer protection laws, breached its legal duty and licensing requirements, breached its contracts of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing. Like, hey, you promised people they could trade on your app and then you said no, and that's not cool. They were negligent or grossly negligent by failing to provide financial services in a timely manner because they, shut it down, that they breached their fiduciary responsibility to customers, that they were unjustly enriched by its conduct. I'd be interested to see how they were enriched, how they made money off of the conduct. Adequate representation. All class members will be represented adequately. There is no plain, speedy, or adequate remedy other than by maintenance of a class action. I mean, they have to put it in there, but they have to put it in there. That's just, this is all the stuff like, hey, we have to say this. Class action certification is warranted. The prerequisites for maintaining the class action and injunctive and equitable relief pursuant to Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 23 are met. Class action certification is also warranted because questions of law or fact common to the class members may be certified by this court. Cause of action, breach of contract. Hey, they said that you said they could trade on your app and then you took it away. Boo to you. Plaintiff and all class members did not enter into a customer agreement. They breached the customer agreement. They breached the customer agreement as to everyone because it was a app-wide thing. They failed to perform their duties because they stopped trading on it. Breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing. Hello, law nerds. Welcome to the covenant of good faith and fair dealing. So they incorporate all the shit they said above and then get into the good faith and fair dealing. They agreed to Robinhood's terms and conditions by using the website and platform. Plaintiffs and members of the subclass fulfilled their obligations under these contracts. That means they all adhered to their end of the bargain, but Robinhood didn't adhere to its end of the bargain. Robinhood was obligated to provide trading services. You said you would. Now you need to do it. When initially signing up for Robinhood, plaintiff and those similarly situated could and most actually did trade. So we came onto your platform thinking we could do a thing, and then you took away the thing that we came thinking we could do, essentially. Negligence. You shouldn't have done it. Bad on you. That's, That's what negligence is. Bad on you. You shouldn't have done it. See, Robinhood essentially abandoned its customers altogether by pulling GME, a standard of care so far below what is required for a business engaging in time-sensitive trading services that it amounts to a complete abandonment of its duties. Like, not just were you bad, you were so bad that you were really bad. Breach of fiduciary duty. This is that obligation. This is that relational obligation. I imagine, though, that they'll argue that their fiduciary duty is to protect traders from the volatility, but I think that that goes against some of their obligations. So I'm very interested to see how that happens. Relief requested. Enter an immediate injunction requiring them to reinstate GME. Award plaintiffs for an amount to be determined. How much shit did we lose? Who will know? Hindsight. Attorney's fees, punitive damages. Punitive damages are the punishment damages, the bad damages, the you suck damages, and other relief. And then the court promptly said, excuse me, Alexander, all night. It's going to be all night. Alexander didn't sign his complaint. So the court immediately said, boo. You didn't sign your complaint. So this was filed on the 28th. On the 29th, do you see all these actions on this is the docket for this case. Do you see all the big bold things? All the big bold things are the court going like, bro, no, filing error, deficient pleading, signature error. Sign your shit. Notice to attorney regarding deficient pleading. Notice to attorney, Alexander. To refile document 1 complaint, the filing is deficient for the following reasons. The pleading was not signed by the attorney. Please go back and try again. Please do it correctly. Notice to Alexander, attorney must electronically file the civil cover sheet. You have to have a civil cover sheet in all cases, and that was not done. Notice to attorney, case opening statistical error. Notice to attorney Alexander, the following case opening statistical information was erroneously selected or entered. Cause of action, code contempt proceedings. The following corrections have been made to your case entry. The cause of action has been modified. So this is just a list of the court going, boo-boo, you did not do this right. This is the last one. The information for the parties has been modified for the following reasons. Party name was entered in all caps. Not the all caps. And then it was assigned to a judge, to the magistrate, rather. And now we have the notice of initial pretrial conference set for March 18th at 3 p.m. So there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. This is going to be very interesting to follow. I'm following this from 2 aspects. One, and then I'm going to hop into the chat and answer questions. I am fascinated to see what happens with this class action. Very interested. All of the interested. Can't wait to see what happens. 2, the regulatory stuff. Like, really? Now we want more regulation? Because y'all didn't want regulation. And now y'all want more regulation because you lost some money. And the request, of regulation of social media that I've seen being called for. Again, like, why are so many people on Reddit talking about all of this stuff? You know, let people talk. I am all about this decentralized knowledge and wealth. It's fine. That's kind of the stated purpose of the Robinhood app was, hey, let everybody trade. Right. Well, let everybody talk. Let people talk on Reddit. They can't collude to manipulate the market, but people can say, this is what I'm seeing and this is what my plan is. I'm very, very interested to see where this will go. I don't know if that pleading will be sufficient. It will be interesting to see if there's a demur filed saying, hey, this pleading is not sufficient on its face. So we'll see. We'll see. Will the Robinhood filing be fast tracked? No, this is the market volatility is already doing what it's doing. There's no way that this is going to be able to keep up with it. They've set it for March. This is going to be over by March. But thoughts just escaped my brain. But they did ask for injunctive relief. Could they file a notice for immediate injunctive relief? Maybe they would have to go back and do some stuff to do that. But I think by the time the court responds to this, it's already going to be done. A court is not the right way to respond to this, though the lawsuit is kind of a shot across the bow. The market is the right way to respond to this, and people kind of railing against this app. And that's what's been going on all day today. Will this attorney still be first to file and keep class action status with these filing errors? Tassie, I think so, because all of those errors can be corrected within the filing. You don't have to refile, you just have to fix it. But it doesn't look like that's been done yet, which is surprising to me. Really surprising to me that it didn't look like that had been done yet. So I'm pulling up. It didn't look like that had been done yet to me. So I'm going to answer some more questions for sure. My chat just jumped. I saw questions and then my chat just went. All right. So when you guys put question in front of it, I'm much better able to see it. And for owners of GME stock, all we could do was sell and not buy more stock. Right. And that's really, really frustrating. So I'm really interested to see how this class action shakes out. If it causes a reckoning with the way that our financial systems work, because this could cause some structural changes, which I'm not against. Also, watching hedge fund managers call for all these people on social media are doing stuff. Yeah, things have changed. People have access to information. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. So the people that bought low, it went high. Did everyone sell then? No, not everybody has sold yet. And it looks like they could sell still on Robinhood, but not buy more as it was going up, which is a huge problem. So question, who filed the lawsuit? A user of the app and an attorney for a user of the app. And then they will do all the class action stuff, asking people to come join the class action and things like that. But they're filing it hey, we're filing this on behalf of everyone, all y'all. And that's where the class was defined. Let me pull that back up. Because let me just pull it up so I can show you where the class was defined. So the one dude filed it, one plaintiff, one user of the app, but filed it for the entire class. Class. This is their definition of the class right here. All Robinhood customers within the United States. So everyone who used it. And they're like, but if that's too broad, then the subclass would be all customers within the United States who were not able to execute trades on GME. So people who are willing to say, I was trying to trade and I couldn't, then would be members of that more defined class. But the one person who filed it is named Brendan Nelson. So he's the named member of the class, filed on behalf of it. All. Filed for all. Lawsuits for everyone. Lawsuits for everyone. Also, I've been enjoying watching this all flame out on Twitter too. A lawyer participated in 3 live streams of an hour or more in one day during the winter months. This is what happens. That's true. That's very true. That's absolutely true. We got all like, we're getting all gunky. Courtney said, and every paralegal collectively cringes. Absolutely, especially with action in class action spelled wrong. From what I understand, Robinhood's top client bailed out the hedge fund. That would be suspicious. I know there have been, for some of the funds that were most hard hit, I saw reports that there were a bailout. That would be very, very odd, but we'll see. You would have to go to the Reddit or the Twitters for that, because I'm not speculating on whether it still has momentum or not. I don't know enough. I think it's time that everyone should rewatch Wolves of Wall Street. I agree with you. It is time to rewatch it for sure. I don't know if this even went through a secretary. This was literally like not running to the courthouse literally, because it was digitally filed, but it's just. So I'm still looking in the chat for questions. I don't know that answer, but the chat probably does, because I'm a little bit behind on the chat, so they probably got there. We answered that one, and then the chat jumped. So now I've got my place again in the chat, so I can go and answer. How you all? This is exactly what's happening with the hedge fund managers. That's my stapler. You have my stapler. It's crazy. We like stock. Exactly. Reddit's never been so popular. This was one of my favorite moments from this whole thing. It was like the Bernie Sanders memes absolutely gave me life, because memes are my love language. That's not what I wanted to have happen. And once again, Twitter, I have a love-hate relationship with Twitter. Twitter can be exceedingly toxic. Twitter can be rough, but also Twitter brings the memes, and it makes me so happy. So Reddit's social media team won the day for me on all of this. Let me find it real quick. Reddit won the day for me in all of this. And I've been following a lot of people talking about this just because I'm fascinated watching it all go down. Reddit posted this yesterday. I can't wait to explain this week to my therapist. When companies have cheeky social media teams, I literally live. I live. 3,000 quote tweets, 67,000 retweets. You go, Reddit. This I fucking lived for. I lived for that this week. It just, once again, in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of crazy lawsuit stuff, we definitely need a laugh. Stephanie asked, what kind of lawyer would handle this case? A civil lawyer that has knowledge of the stock market? You would need somebody with good knowledge of the market, but also knowledge of apps, and somebody with knowledge of class actions. So yes, a civil attorney who specializes in class actions would help, because you can bring in a specialist with regards to the stock market. You can bring in experts, but knowing how to properly run a class action becomes another thing. This might just be the person who's like, fuck it. We're going to go first, and then we'll bring in the other experts as this goes forward. So me. But also I default between Robinhood and Robinhood Men in Tights when I talk about this. Oh, and Disney Robinhood might be my favorite Robinhood. And then we're going to jump into court of public opinion. But Disney Robinhood might be my favorite Robinhood. Who loved Disney Robinhood? Who loved those damn foxes? I love them so much. This is my favorite Robinhood. I'm putting it out there. This is my favorite Robinhood. This is the Robin Hood of my heart. I love this movie. I loved this movie as a kid. This movie gave me all of the feels. I love it. And though when I do archery, I kind of see myself more as a Katniss, but there are times. I was in an archery tournament with my son, and the guy that was sharing my lane Robin Hooded his arrows twice, which means you get one all up in the other one in the bullseye. Very damaging to your arrows, but also kind of cool to see. So yes, this is the best Robin Hood in my opinion. That's not the court of public opinion. Don't fight me. We're getting to the court of public opinion in a minute. I'm going to sweep these and we're going to move on to court of public opinion. Totally Disney's Robin Hood. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. You guys are the best. We're men tights. Does your son ever ask questions about the topic of the day? Yes, my kids do. And when I told my kid what the topic for tonight's court of public opinion was, he was like, Mom, people are allowed to have their public opinion. People are allowed to have their opinions. And I'm like, not on this, buddy. There's a right answer and there's a wrong answer. He's like, no, there's not. There was a lawyer watching all this saying we ride now. Yeah, there was. That's exactly what happened. Hold on as I... Okay. What types of things are expected to be in the documents approved for seal? Don't know because they're being approved for seal, but I will pull up the salty filing and the defense filing, the defense request for it. I'll pull it up real quick and we'll talk about it. I loved the hen too. You guys are the best. Disney Robinhood is the greatest. I love you. I'm a tax pro. So what does this mean for people who report stock on their tax I have no idea. I have no idea what the tax implications are of it because A, not a tax professional, B, not a stock expert. I do not know, but it's a very curious question. I don't know. Do they get to take the loss? Some. I mean, it's fair enough. There was also a BBC Robinhood series that was really fucking good. Mila, thank you for coming through with the puns. I love it. The BBC series was pretty great. I loved it. But the Disney Robin Hood totally has my heart. So, yes, Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest. All right. You guys are the best. Question, you guys prefer the old boomerang or the new boomerang? Are we talking about the Instagram boomerangs? I don't know. I'm going to let the chat talk about that. I absolutely love that Robin Hood series until they killed Marion. Very, very fair point. Not a spoiler. By the way, that series has been out forever. All right. I'm going to pull up that one under seal. I'm going to lip gloss and we're going to keep it moving because it's time for court of public opinion. Also, 3,400 law nerds up in here on a Friday night chilling. If you haven't hit the like button, do that. And if you're, for any chance, you're chilling with me on a it's Friday, right? Friday night, and you're not subscribed, you can do that. Like, now's a good time to do that. I'm sorry, Casey, that I missed your first super chat. Sometimes it is very, very hard when I'm in the middle of a topic, so thank you. However, Robinhood Society Twitter, because they were also getting a lot of traffic, funny traffic. I will go check that out for sure. For sure. Question, how are AI-generated comments on Reddit treated in this lawsuit? I don't know. But that's a very interesting question. AI-generated comments on Reddit. I don't know if AI-generated comments could be regulated under the SEC or FTC, but I'm going to have to think on it because that is a very interesting question and a very good point. Okay. No, I did not see that, Tassie. That's very, very interesting. That's very interesting. Jax asked, did I get any of the ColourPop Animal Crossing New Horizons makeup? I did not. I didn't try. I know it sold out super quick. I did not try. So I always think about Robin Hood Men in Tights. Fair enough. Okay. We're gonna do one question with regard to the defamation suit, and then we are going to get into court of public opinion, and then it is time for Twinkle Twinkle time to go hang with my kids and say goodnight. So I'm going to pull that up because Pacer's already open. So why not? All right. Let's just pull it up for the people. Let's talk about it for the people. Oh, wait. I have it in Dropbox. I don't want to pay for it again. I'm like, oh, if I pay for it, if I pull it up that way, I'm going to have to pay for it again. All right, let me pull it up out of my Dropbox real quick. Now I have to pull up documents that I didn't have pulled up. Chats amongst yourself. Evan, thank you. My random singing is making you feel seen. It just, the more tired I am, the more my brain jumps around for sure. And at the end of the week, after doing lots and lots and lots of streaming this week, my brain definitely will jump more, and the song lyrics are harder and harder to filter out. So, and it's Friday night. We just do casual for fun streaming up here on the Friday nights. I feel like I need to be more chill. The Twitch streamers are always so chill. They're like sitting there for like 4 minutes not talking. I'm like, damn, Twitch, you're just straight chilling like a villain. Alrighty. I am pulling up the defendant's request for thing under seal. Where is it? Oh, fuck it. We're just pulling it up from Pacer. I don't see it. Where is it? I'm just going to show you guys where I'm searching on Pacer because brain tired. So literally so much has happened in this case. Okay. This is the request for status conference. This is the declaration with regard to the status conference. This is the status conference. This is the precipice. The defense precipice. Defense counsel has contacted the court, would like an opportunity to suggest an alternative filing. Okay, but then where was the original request to file under seal? Request in motion, modified 40 and 41, linked motion at 39. We got that. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. I believe it regarded mental health information, but we'll find it. Where is the response under seal? No. Response by plaintiffs. Reply by plaintiffs to 44-minute order. There we go. Here's plaintiff's reply. Let's just pull this one up because it's going to summarize it anyway. Alternative to filing records under seal, which I think was 44. This states defense counsel wishes to file documents under seal that he claims disclose purported mental health issues of a third-party witness. Plaintiffs agree that the disclosure of such information should not be made in public. However, plaintiffs concern that it won't be under seal, and then that minute order addressed it. So that is what the recitation is, a third-party witness's mental health. So that could be with regard to any of the third-party witness declarations that have been filed in this case. It doesn't specifically state. That's the discovery motion. That's KJ's declaration. That's Brown's declaration. That is a docket number. That is a minute order. That is a precipice. So it should be right in here somewhere. I'm just not seeing it because tired. Also, we need to get on to court of public opinion. So there is nothing else filed yet. So when it is, we'll talk about it at another time. Let's go to court of public opinion. For tonight's court of public opinion, I let the members of the channel vote on what we were talking about. So tonight, you guys smashed it. Here, I'm just pulling up the community tab. Y'all smashed it and decided that tonight we are talking about pineapple on pizza. So, members, y'all wild. Y'all want to fight up in these streets. Let's get into the court of public opinion. Y'all are ready to bring the controversy. Like, it has been a week already, and y'all are ready to talk food again. I live for you all talking food again. I'm going to put up a poll on the Twitters, on the Instagrams, and I'm going to put up a poll on the YouTube, because apparently that's like the YouTube hack thing to do, is to put up a poll in the community tab and then like spam it with keywords. I don't know. The channel is just growing, so we're cool with it, but I'm absolutely going to put up a poll in those three places. So pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Like, who is the authority on pizza? Let's just see what the chat has to say. Pineapple on pizza. Pineapple belongs on pizza. Nope. Yes. No. Like, people have very strong opinions about pineapple on pizza. Yes, pineapple on pizza. No, 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 no. Y'all feel very strong. No. I'm guessing that means yes, yes, nope. Only on TV? I mean, on TV, it looks cute. So not if we have to eat it. Not even an option. Yes to pineapple. You guys, I need some arguments for why pineapple belongs on pizza, because it's pineapple, but then it's hot. Like, I need someone to explain to me why this is delicious, because it's pineapple, but then it's hot. And we're going to go to the arbiter of things on Google. We're going to see what Google has to say about pineapple on pizza. Sweet and salty. I understand, but then it's hot. But it's hot. But it's hot pineapple. But it's hot pineapple. Pineapple and ham on pizza is the best. I make pizza with chipotle chicken, creamy garlic sauce, and pineapple. It's spicy, sweet, and creamy. You had me up until the pineapple because I'm allergic to tomatoes. So I always do a creamy garlic sauce. But you cannot judge if you've never had it. But I think people know if they don't like hot fruit. My pregnant self wants pineapple pizza. Courtney, I'm sorry that we're on another food topic. I know what that is. Pineapple and prosciutto. No, I just pineapple and ham are fine. You're just adding bread and tomato. Warm pineapple explodes and adds to the rest of the flavor. But it's hot fruit. It adds sweetness to the pizza. You guys, I love all of this. Question, but do you like your pizza hot or cold? I mean, pizza's good either way. I prefer it hot. What do you guys think? Pineapple chard releases sweetness. See, I'm here for the charred pineapple. I don't know, just not on the pizza. But also, I mean, I like pineapple a lot. Pineapple upside down cake is hot, warm, and sticky when you usually eat it. And that makes it totally fair. You guys are like, but fruit pie is hot fruit. But for me, I also don't like apple pie. Pineapple upside down cake is hot or warm. So you guys are saying the hot or warm thing is absolutely not it for you, which I love. Anchovy and pineapple. That would definitely bring the salty and sweet combination. Barbecue pizza for the win. Barbecue chicken pizza for the win. But would you put barbecue and pineapple? Apple pie is hot fruit too. See, I'm not down for apple pie either because it's hot fruit. I like pumpkin pie, but I like pumpkin pie cold. Like cold. And I don't like cobblers either. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just have a hot fruit thing. Maybe I need to branch out. No to warm fruit unless it's a dessert. I get it. Because I'm allergic to non-cooked pineapple. Oh, I mean, that does happen with a lot of food allergies. I have a number of friends who have like garlic allergies, and it's better when it's cooked. So I get it. And see, fruit pies are hot fruit. So for those of you that like fruit pies, but don't like pineapple on your pizza, I need explanations. Like, put it in the chat. Tell me if you like a fruit pie, but you don't like a pineapple on the pizza, what is the deciding factor of that discussion? Because I want to see the arguments on both sides of that. Because I'm on the like, it's hot fruit. I don't know how I can do that. Roasted pineapple where the sugar caramelizes is especially delicious. Grilled pineapple is so good, but not on pizza. Okay, so for you, it's not a hot fruit thing. It's the pizza thing. Emily, put crushed pineapple on after the pizza is cooked. That is an excellent suggestion. I would have to manipulate my pizza so it doesn't have white sauce, but it's worth it. Grilled peaches from the peach truck in Nashville. You're welcome. Thank you. We'll absolutely have to try it. Pineapple tastes great even warm. I use it in Hawaiian style meals very often, and I love a Hawaiian style meal. I don't know. The pineapple pizza thing. I personally do not like the texture of cooked hot fruit in general, so no pineapple on pizza. Hector, I totally understand the texture thing. I get it. It's a dessert. I'm okay with that, but not with cheese and tomato sauce. Okay, so it's the combination. It's the combination. Fruit and cheese pair together, always have, always will. Here's the thing for me, Kelly Cat. I feel you because like I love like a baked brie on slices of apple, but I don't like pineapple on pizza. So I don't know. I don't know. It's not the fruit and cheese because I love fruit and cheese together on a charcuterie board for sure, but not on a pizza. Maybe I need to branch out. I need to find like a white pizza with pineapple that's good and try it because now I'm fascinated. Pineapple on baked ham too. Yeah, very fair point, Sherry, that pineapple goes very well on baked ham. Grilled peaches, bourbon over ice cream. That actually does sound delicious. But Andrea, I don't know about that, but also I get a little scared of jalapenos. I don't have a very spicy palate. People want to hate because it's cool. Pineapple warm or cold is great. I mean, pineapple's kind of great no matter what. So SC makes an excellent point. Do grapes belong on pizza? Do strawberries belong on pizza? No. Therefore, pineapples. But I think it's kind of a false argument because you're asking for a false premise, but I get it. You're like, no, fruits don't belong on pizza. I don't venture much with pizza. I'm a pepperoni girl. It's absolutely fair. Wait, is it fruit and meat in a pie? I mean, kind of. That's kind of what pineapple on pizza is. It's a fruit meat pie, but then you get the tomato sauce in there. Because it's hot cheese and tomato sauce with hot fruit. Gross. Fair. It's the savory and sweet mix. Weird. It's like carbonara with peaches. I've not had carbonara with peaches. Hating pineapple is totally fair, and hating all pies. Stephanie, all pies? All pie? Like, have you had is it the crust? I have questions. Have you had like a chocolate mousse pie? Cold? It's so good. Have you watched Supernatural and see Dean eat pie? It might change your mind how you feel about pie or just him. I like pie. Fruit is for dessert. Pizza is not dessert. But then we go back to the appetizer cheese plate conversation with it. We got to that. I want to make sure I get to all of these. You guys are fantastic. Pineapple peels the skin off my lips and I'm allergic to tomatoes too. Always late to the party. If pineapple peels the skin off your lips, I wonder if you're also allergic to pineapple. Just my pondering. Hot, slushy fruit. Yuck. I mean, when you put it that way, for sure, pineapple doesn't go well with tomatoes. Question, have you ever tried it? For me, I have not had pineapple on pizza in a very long time because I have not had traditional pizza in a very long time. But I am not the arbiter of all things court of public opinion. That's what we're all here for. We're here for the court of public opinion. It is not the court of Emily's opinion. I mean, most of this channel is the court of Emily's opinion, but the court of public opinion is to see what the people think about the thing so we can make the arguments and learn how to make the arguments. So and then decide. And then decide, does pineapple belong on pizza or not? Or is it split? Is this going to be the most controversial court of public opinion? I mean, people have ham with pineapple for Thanksgiving all the time. True that. Somehow ham and pineapple is different than like pineapple and melted cheese and tomato sauce and pizza crust. Like it's only 2 flavors. It seems like a lot of flavors. Haven't tried pineapple on pizza. Sounds good. Like a Monte Cristo sandwich. A very fair point. Monte Cristos are delicious. Cherie, bring in the logic. Tomato is a fruit, so no hot fruit. People need to stop. I mean, you make an excellent point, but maybe it's because it's tomato sauce. Like I also don't like, well, I'm allergic to tomatoes, but even back in the day, like hot, squishy, that becomes a texture thing for me. That becomes a total texture thing for me. So I'm going to have to find an article. I love that you guys bringing the tomatoes are fruit. Back to it. Back to it. Back to it. Boom. Boom. The law nerds are like, nope. 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 Tomatoes also a fruit. Hawaiian pizza with white sauce is delicious. I'll have to try that. I'm going to have to find it, The supernatural comment was TMI, but pie, pie. Now I want pie. So you guys are bringing the tomatoes fruit argument all day. I mean, it's a really valid argument. The tomato's a hot fruit that's already on pizza. So it's fair. I hate Jell-O simply because of the texture. Jules, texture is a huge part of food. Texture is a huge part of food. Not fan of hot fruit, period. Hot mushy fruit, yuck. I mean, but then tomato sauce is hot fruit. It's fair. Now I want chocolate pizza with strawberries. Okay, Sophie, I'm behind you with this because dessert pizza is delicious. And I have had amazing dessert pizza with like the chocolate and a little bit of caramel and some strawberries. Yum. But generally the strawberries are cold. So Danny B, no. Peppers and olives are fruits too. A very good discussion that all of these things are technically fruits that we forget are fruits. Tomatoes are fruit, but I personally don't like tomatoes and pineapples together. I do like salsa with mango and pineapple, but salsa with mango and pineapple, I'm guessing salsa with mango and pineapple excluding tomatoes then based on that. But mango salsa is amazing. Tomatoes are acidic, so is pineapple. Too much acid on that pizza. This is also a fantastic argument about balance. I like it. Avocados are fruits too. Yes. But avocados are fucking delicious on pizza, says the former Californian. All of this Hawaii stuff now, I want a luau and happiness pie. That's fair. I just want to go to Hawaii. Gosh, it's been so long. Or apple turnover with whipped cream fresh from the oven. Hot. Back to the hot fruit conversation. Were people talking about Disneyland? Did we talk about Monte Cristos and get into Disneyland? Because at Disneyland, they will do gluten-free Monte Cristos. I have a very dear friend with celiac, and so you can call ahead, make your reservations, and go and get Monte Cristos that are gluten-free. They are a slice of heaven, and it's near the good churro cart because at Disneyland, the good churro cart, the best churro cart. Don't fight me. This is facts. We bring facts. It's the one by the Haunted Mansion. Facts. I miss Disneyland. Have you ever had the peanut butter pizza at Goofy's Kitchen? I have not, but that also sounds delicious. I enjoy Goofy's Kitchen. I miss Disneyland. I do. I miss Disneyland. I can't. When we get back to California, Disneyland is on the top of the list. Star Wars Land is so good. We absolutely side railed, and now I'm just thinking Disney foods. Also, when it comes to Disneyland, I could have a Disney food blog. No, I couldn't. I don't spend enough time at Disney anymore. But the corn dogs in California Adventure are better than the corn dogs in the Disneyland park. So if you want to park hop the corn dogs at Corn Dog Castle, the corn dogs on Main Street, not it. They're not as good. So I also am friends with Lou Mongello, who is the host of the WDW podcast. I love talking Disney. Entering a motion to have pizza and watch Wolves of Wall Street. I mean, it sounds like that's the Lawner date night is have pizza and watching Wolves of Wall Street. I love seeing you guys talking about Disney. All right. Did anyone see Trisha and Ethan making peanut butter grilled cheese? No. I have questions. The good churros from Disney. You guys are the best. Okay. I am going to sweep a few more questions and then we will be moving on. I ate an avocado for lunch today. Little salt, little lime. That's the best way to eat an avocado. They're so good. Or here, now that we're talking about food, I'm just getting hungry. So we're going to have to wrap this up so I can eat. It's twinkle, twinkle time. Dole Whip is fantastic. Here's the thing. With avocado, the Trader Joe's everything but the bagel seasoning on avocado is literally the greatest. It's literally the greatest. So let's see what else. I'm a Disney cast member. I used to work at that churro cart. Myra, it's the best churro cart in any of the parks. It is the best one, and I love it. And it's the best churro cart in the park. Love it so much. Miss Disney. Never been to Disney. Hope we can take our kids someday. Beth, Bethany, I love Disneyland, though I get when people live closer to Florida, Disney World is it, but Disneyland is, we lived close. We had passes. I love Disneyland. I miss it. So, all right. You guys, we are going to absolutely put this poll up on the community tab. We're going to put it up on the Twitters. If you don't follow me on the Twitters, follow me there at the Emily D. Baker. We're going to put it up on the Instagrams tomorrow, but we will rule on the court of public opinion on Tuesday during our live stream. We're going to do one more pacer sweep, and then we're going to say goodnight because it is 9:00 and it is time. Tonight is turned into date night for my boyfriend Friday Night Lives and pizza. Hello, barbecue chicken luau with pineapple on the pizza. And you didn't even know that was the topic for tonight. You brought it. You brought it. You brought it. Avocado toast with everything but the bagel and tahini. This has just become a Friday night food fights is what this has become. And I love it. Next week, we're going to have to do a non-food related topic, but the members voted, y'all. So if you're not a member of the channel, there's still time to join. The top tiers Zoom call is tomorrow night. That will be up in the community tab. And I will send a text to everyone who's in the text crew that's a member to remind them. So you guys will have that Zoom link in the morning. So we will get to see each other tomorrow night. 3-week honeymoon at Disney sounds like heaven. I've got to be honest. I miss a Disney cruise. I cannot wait. I will cruise. How do you say bagel? Oh my God. Bagel? The everything but the bagel seasoning? We are there. Avocado is apparently polarizing food. We're going to have to talk about avocado another night for sure. Tuesday morning hearing and live stream time crunch. The Tuesday hearing is at 10 a.m. It is my understanding that the court will stream it. Otherwise, I will attend it. If it's streaming, I'm going to share on social where you guys can watch it, and then we'll do an after party and chat about it. Anna, thank you. You give me life. You make my weird nighttime lifestyle finally worth it. Thanks. Happy Saturday from the other half of the world. Happy Saturday to you too. The mods are so great. Thank you for the shout out to the mods. They absolutely, A, keep me on track. B, they help us keep it law nerdy up in here, because when we talk about so many different topics, it can get crazy. Jamila girl, no worries. It's good to see you. When we talk about so many different topics, the mods really help keep the kind of law nerd compassionate culture going. So I appreciate it so much. I'm going to do one last sweep and we are going to go. We are going to go. Want to take bets on what time this will be filed tonight? Because I'm betting in like 15 minutes. That's my bet. Because there is another motion due tonight. However, KJ could choose not to file it, or KJ's lawyers could choose not to file it, but I'm betting that that goes up tonight. All right. Tech Valor has a case in the chat with regards to pineapple on pizza. Nix versus Heaton was a discussion by the Supreme Court of the United States that under U.S. customs regulations, the tomato should be classified as a vegetable rather than a fruit. The court's unanimous opinion upheld the Tariff Act of 1883, used the ordinary meaning of the words fruit and vegetable instead of the technical botanical meaning. Tech coming through. With whether a tomato is a fruit. I'm going to put this up in the chat for you guys all to enjoy. Thank you, Tech. You are fantastic. That is fucking hilarious. All right. So, pineapple on pizza. Pineapple on pizza. Pineapple on pizza. You guys, if you want to keep up with what's going down, absolutely follow me on the social medias where we will be talking about it. Remember, when things are filed, the deadline is today for the KJ filing. That means up until 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So they have time to file. They did not have a lot of time because the filing from Toddy's side literally dropped late, Wednesday? So they had a day to respond. There was a lot in those filings. So I wouldn't be surprised if that gets filed late. So we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. It is Twinkle Twinkle time. I have streamed for like 4+ hours today. I appreciate you guys for being here. If you're not subscribed, do that. We're over 82,000 learners. We're rolling. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much. Good night. Connect with me everywhere. I'm at the Emily D. Baker. If you guys want to join the text, just text Emily.com. If you want to join the channel, lawnerdsunite.com. Happy to have you. Support what we do here on the YouTube